Hey guys, it's Kristen. It's been a while since I said hi, so I wanted to check in and see how everybody was doing and see what opportunities you guys have taken advantage of, and if some of you haven't, I would like to know why and what you're waiting on. Why are you scared? Opportunity comes by not too often, especially like ground floor opportunity where you can be a part of history. You know, I work with It Works Global, and we will be the next household's name. I am also a part of the pioneering. Therefore, 40 years from now, when It Works is still around and we're still hiring distributors, I'll already be in the business 40 years plus, I mean, I compare this to like the Mary Kay ladies. My little saying is, think about those little old ladies driving their pink Cadillacs with their Mary Kay and, all that good stuff and their makeup, and how they have been in the business since 1963 and they're still hiring more Mary Kay ladies. Now, let's say you're a new Mary Kay lady and you just got hired on by that little lady from 1963 who had been in the business all this time, and you work your way all the way to the top, but only to look at her and say, well, I'm in the same position as you. Why am I not making the same amount of money? Well, the reason you're not making the same amount of money as she is because they've already did the pioneering. Yes, you're on the same level, but chances are they've already covered your grounds. So with It Works, we're doing the pioneering. Those of us who are actually staying and sticking with it and working and trial and error and learning and just everything, we're going to be those little ladies and men 40 years from now, working our business, and we're going to be the ones that are actually, still there, and people are going to truck their way to the top and look at us and say, well, why are you making more than I am and we're in the same position? Well, it's because we got in the beginning. And those of you who don't understand that, I suggest that you start looking into it, because it's serious. I mean, this is the time. The time is now. I mean, why not? What do you have to lose, okay? I got into this business, again, as a favor to a friend, and I will tell you and continue to tell you, it was the best $99 investment I had ever done and made into myself. And who knew that, that favor would benefit me more than anything I've ever done in my life so far as the business-wise. I've grown so much with It Works. Freedom can mean a lot. And when I tell you freedom, I mean, I've learned so much. Things that I would have never even known had it not been for It Works and the people that I am involved with in this business. I have new people that I love to be around, love to talk to. Going to my It Works events, it's like, I'm fueling that gas tank, but I'm also, with people that I love to be around. The first event, I looked around and I'm like, wow, all these people, not really all, but, whoever, about 300 people, whatever. Anyways, last July, I looked around like, how are all these people here at this party? And everybody's so happy and having a great time, but nobody's drinking. Huh. How cool is that? See, I had yet to be at a party like that, or a wedding or something where everybody was having a great time without drinking. And it amazed me. Now, still to this day, every time I get with everybody with It Works, I mean, it's like, hey, you know what? This is where you belong. This is where your heart is. It's so, I can't even, I don't even know the word for it, okay? All I know is that, my positive goes positive, 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 and on, okay, beyond, like times 1,000. It's so easy to fall into that negative ream and like fight it off. So it's really important to surround yourself with positive people, like-minded people. You know, birds of a feather flock together. So if you start to drift off, you know, you need to catch yourself and get back on board. You know, I challenge everybody to start focusing on the positive things in their life. It's a lot easier to really fall into the negativity and focus on negative and, you know, negative things that are being said. So, you know, when you start seeing, hearing, and in your head and start thinking negative thoughts, I challenge you to start thinking about the positive. You know, I mean, honestly, if you are standing next to your worst enemy, you know, a lot of you have them, okay? I mean, I don't really have any more enemies anymore in my heart. I don't, you know, they don't bother me. Look at them and start focusing on the good things about them. Even though you don't want to, and it's hard, start. And I guarantee you that you will no longer look at them as an enemy or the negative things about them. You'll start seeing the positive, and you'll no longer view them as that enemy. You'll view them as a human, and you'll appreciate them, surprisingly. Yeah, I mean, that's a hard challenge. I mean, I think that would be a great thing for everyone to start doing. I mean, it's hard. It's a hard challenge, and it's like kind of changing your thought process, focusing on what you're thinking. You got to catch yourself when your mind starts wandering. Catch it, and then bring it back on track. I think that would be something cool if everybody, you know, did that and commented. And I want to know how it helps and if it worked and if you tried it. And if you haven't tried it, start and let me know. I really would like to know how it affects your life by starting to focus on the positive and Xing out that negative. I'd appreciate it. Just fill me in. Also, another little thing I wanted to touch base on is just opportunity again. You know, nobody is knocking on your door saying, how can I help you? So, you know, you need to help yourself. Don't rely on anybody else but you to do what you need to do. You know, if you want to get with It Works and you want more information, then contact me. I'll give you all the information you need, okay? Now, we absolutely follow a 3-step system, okay? And it's the same steps every time. There's no room for error. You keep it simple, okay? It's like the most simple thing you could ever do. And we tend to make it hard on ourselves. Don't deviate from the plan that's laid out for you. Follow it, and follow it clearly. And you should not have any problems. And yes, again, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But it's a challenge because it's not only about business. It's about you and the people you come in contact with. You will learn so much about you and yourself and how to handle different situations that you've never probably even come across. But it's very, very life-changing. I said, you know, I don't know. I can't explain it. Best thing that ever happened to me. And I guess, you know, I want to know why you are not willing to try something new. I mean, this, like I said, this was a favor. I had no idea what I was getting into. But again, that favor ended up being the best favor for me. Now, are you scared? Are you scared of failure? Do you think it's a pyramid scheme? Because I know I hear a lot of people with that. Oh, that's a pyramid thing. Well, you know, newsflash, it's not a pyramid, okay? Pyramids are illegal, right? So if you want to look at a pyramid and really compare to a pyramid, you need to really, really, really look at your 9-to-5 job. Who's making all the money? I mean, if you're working there and you're the employee, you're definitely not making all the money. You're working for somebody else. You know, and look, I mean, really, write it down on paper. Put that man at the top. And then put their people, you know, down to whatever position you are and look at it as your pyramid. Draw that triangle. Write it out. Put it on paper and see where the pyramid is. Because this isn't a pyramid. This is what you want. I mean, if you want it, it's there. You can change your life. You can change other people's lives. You know, you can take that paycheck and double it, triple it, whatever you desire to do. It's up to you, nobody else. That's it. So, you know, hold yourself accountable. Accountability is a big thing with this business. I hear people all the time, well, well, I'm sorry, you're well aware that they are called on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Get on them. If you get on them, there should be no reason why you don't know what's going on. Not only that, we have a huge support system. If you're a part of it, then you should know exactly what's going on. If you can't get in touch with me, then here's 5 more numbers. Utilize the tools that are given to you. They're there for a reason. I can tell you that I can call upon anybody in my upline, and they are going to answer the phone or call me back. So I don't like to hear it like the excuse that, oh, they didn't do this, da-da-da. No, you didn't do it. That's one thing that I really focus on now, is I'm not taking the blame for what you didn't do. Hold yourself accountable, and other people will respect you a lot more. So if you're doing what you need to do, then absolutely I'm going to do for you, okay? But I'm not going to babysit. I will not babysit. I want to teach you, and I want you to learn, because you know what? I did so much in this business on my own with following the leader, okay? It was that simple. I kid you not. In 3 months, I done promoted to diamond, skipped levels, earned a $10,000 bonus, built a team with amazing women and men, gained a whole bunch of friendships, enjoyed myself. But you know what? Here's the thing. I got to a couple of events, and I know you look at us like, oh, that's that crazy rap lady. Well, you know what? Call me crazy. Call me that crazy rap lady. Call me whatever you want. But I see the future, and I know where I'm going. Do you know where you're going? I know where I'm going. And that may not happen overnight, because you know what? If it was guaranteed $1 million overnight, again, everybody be doing it. It's going to work, and it's going to take a while, and it's hard work. But like Mel always says, in 5 years, if I told you you'd be making $5,000 a month, would it be worth it? Absolutely. What about 10 years? If I told you, no, I'm sorry, let's go back. In 5 years, you'd be making $10,000 a month. Would it be worth it? Absolutely, to me, that would be worth it. In 5 years of hard work to make $10,000 a month. I don't know about you, but I'd be pretty happy. In 5 years. What about 15,000? Could you imagine that? If you can't, you need to start imagining it. And you need to start putting it on paper and writing it down, because it will happen. And that is the fact. As long as you don't quit and not give up. You just work it and try and try and try. If you fall, you get up and go again. So, yeah, I guess my answer is yes. In 5 years, if I made $15,000 a month, it would absolutely be worth it. I wouldn't have anything to have to worry about with that amount of money. Even $5,000, hey, that's great income, especially for a single mom. I would love to be able to do what I want.